Hello guys, I am back. So we're now coming into our last week of January, and I thought I would update you all on where I'm at with my show prep for the season. So as I mentioned before, dates and judges are now being released. I actually had a little look at the Equifest timetable last night, and I love that it's now over 4 days, which makes me very, very happy. I think I might be competing there, but that's TBC. So first show of the year usually is first weekend of February. However, that particular show isn't holding one until March now. So we won't be going to that show as per normal. We will be heading off to MPS Area 7 as our first show. But we do have the ponies earmarks that we are going to take. So we are full steam ahead. So let's take a little look at what I have been doing and where we are at now in our show preparation. This is Trilby. Now, as I've previously mentioned in some videos, yes, the outside of the feed skip is dirty, but this is a fill bucket. The inside is always clean, although you wouldn't know it to look at it because she's got her food everywhere. Nevertheless, this is Trilby. So Trilby will be having a good show season this year. We have some shows planned for her. We haven't done any extra training with her just yet. I'm still kind of letting them be babies as much as I can. I do things kind of on the way to the field, but as a proper training session, nothing as yet. I'll probably start that in maybe a week or so, just as a little bit of a refresher. But she is now on a morning feed as well. We don't particularly like feeding huge amounts in their feeds. We like to give more, kind of spread them out through the day. So rather than increasing her evening feed, she has a morning feed now as well. We then have Charlie. So he is now on his morning feeds as well as Trilby. They're kind of chugging along very nicely. They have the same amount morning and evening. We haven't kind of made the feeds any bigger as such. We've just made them so that they have an extra one in the morning now. They are both rugged up. They have been all winter. I haven't really increased the rugs. I have actually put another one under him just because it got a bit colder, and his outdoor rug is not as thick as Trilby's, but he will be having a good season hopefully as well. So there are some bits and bobs that I do with the ponies, specifically the yearlings, with regard to their training regime. Now, as I said, I am not training them at the moment. They're not having any structured sessions. But whenever I'm doing things with them, it's all still learning. It's all still education. So when I walk them to the field, they still have to stand still and wait for me to open the gate. Maybe I will walk one of them over and put the electric on or take the electric off. Just stuff out of their ordinary routine so that they don't get too invested in, right, we go from the barn to the field, from the field to the barn, and it kind of becomes too routine for them. Maybe I will stop them halfway between the field and the barn and do a little standing up sesh, something like that. So there's little bits and bobs you can do just to kind of add into their routine where they are learning, but they don't kind of realise that they are learning. Charlie-wise, with his bridle, I think I mentioned it in a previous one, he does need a new bridle. He is advancing on to a more adult one, aren't you? So Mum will be organising that for him because he doesn't belong to us. He's just here for a bit of production. So he is going to be bitted and he will have a proper bridle, although he does not need a colt disc just yet. Do you? Not just yet. Not yet, not adult enough. And then Miss Trilby-Doodah, wherever she's gone, she will be using Tallulah's old yearling halter. I have no doubt that it will fit her. I will try it on just in case, but it should fit her. We have halters that kind of start at baby foal going right up to adult, so we always have something that fits them. It's just whether the style of halter fits them as well, but I quite like her in the same style that she has been wearing, which is I think it's like a 7-strand plaited halter. So yeah, I need to dig that out, try that on her. I'm 99% sure it will fit. I don't see why it wouldn't, but I will just double check just in case. Leo is in work. He is doing about 3 to 4 days a week at the moment. He is fully rugged, as you know he has been. And he's now also on morning feeds. So he has had obviously an increase in his feed intake, and he is now fully in work. I am getting a little bit of grooming in with him as well, just to encourage his coat, because it is starting to fall out a little bit. He obviously does not need any new tack for the year, so that's all good. So we're just kind of chugging along with him. I'm hoping his first show will be Eastern Welsh, but obviously I don't know until they release judges. So he will be going out maybe mid-April. So it could be a little bit early to be prepping him, maybe not, but he is not the best doer. He's okay, but he's not great. So we like to just encourage him a little earlier than we would encourage something else. So that's kind of how he's chugging along. He's just having his breakfast at the moment. Tallulah-wise, she has been lunged today. I don't know if you can see me. I've got you on back camera. She has been lunged today. She's got some jump blocks out and some cones to give her structure to her circle, because she is still learning. And she's got a couple of poles out as well, just to give her something else to think about. She is now bitted, which has helped no end. It's given her something to think about while she's going round. She's taken to it really well. She's having a little bit of a chew on it, but I'll be honest, she's taken it really well compared to some ponies. She was really good today until the last minute. Very frustrating, but equally progress made. So good and bad. She was super good for the whole of the time until the last 1 minute cool down, and then she was like, yeah, I'm just going to keep changing rein and annoying you, and I'm not going to walk, I'm going to trot. So that was annoying. But yeah, she is in work. We don't have any kind of shows planned for her as of yet, but I would like to get her out. She had one show last year, so I'm preparing her slowly as though she is going to be going out this year, because there will be something. There's just nothing that's come up so far. She's wiping all of her dribble on my nice Ryan Barbary jacket. Thank you. So yeah, she's in work. She's doing about 15 minutes a session, and she's only being worked about 3 times a week at the minute. I don't want to overload her. She is just learning. So we're kind of doing that. She is going to be going for a walk along the road each week as well. We're going to do that now to introduce. And then she's also having her feeds in the mornings now. She's increased to morning feeds as well as afternoons. Can you please stop it? She's so irritating. She's just rubbing all up my back. So yeah, that has kind of increased, but that's about where she's at. She is not show weight at all at the moment. She's not thin, but she just needs to increase a bit for the show season. Ariana wise, she will be showing this year. She currently isn't on any hard feed because she is well covered. And she is off to stud as well. So we're not starting anything drastic with her, although I am going to start exercising her because she is a little too well covered for me going off to stud. I'd like her a little leaner. I mean, she's not on any hard feed. She's just on hay and she's rugless. So she's just a really good doer, aren't you? You and me both, babes. So yeah, she's not doing anything too exciting. Just kind of in and out of the field, aren't you? And then you're going to start some work maybe this week, maybe next. This week, next week? Don't know. Tia is going to be shown this year. She will be going out earlier than most. I have another friend here, Miss Tilly. Tilly's not going showing. So she is on a lighter feed than the rest. We have to be careful what we feed her. She has a bit of a different diet to everybody else, but she has been upped to a morning feed as well as an evening feed. And she is going to be doing some earlier shows. She is going to have a work regime, probably much to her disgust. Not as much as the others. It will be a bit of a lighter training schedule, but she is going to have some work as well. She is currently unrugged. She drops her coat really well, so I don't really like to rug her. She never really gets rugged. I don't think I've ever put a rug on that pony. She has a lycra body wrap, but never a rug. Miss Tilly. I think that is probably about everybody. So that's all the main ones that are going showing. We then have Ruby, Ida and JLo in the field. Ruby will be coming up for sale in the summer, I think. Ida is up for sale now, although she is going to do a couple of lead reins, but nothing exciting just yet. JLo will be out on the lead rein and in hand, but I haven't started anything with her yet. Tiago is not being shown this year. Cody is not being shown this year. Tilly won't be shown this year. And Glam will be off to stud. So that is about it for week 3-4 of January. And I will come back with some more bits, I think beginning of Feb, and let you know how I'm getting on them.